Hello everyone, and a very, very good evening. Welcome to the start of our Summer School 2026 programme. We are Choir of the Earth, and it is fantastic to see you, whether you're joining us for the first or the 100th time. You're all so very, very welcome tonight. Just let me check that everything is working here in the sound. For those of you who haven't met me before, my name's Ben, and it's my huge pleasure and privilege to be the musical director of this extraordinary group as we start our believe it or not, seventh summer school programme. And we've got some extraordinary pieces for you. Starting off this evening with Michael Tippett's Spirituals from A Child of Our Time. About as iconic a set of pieces as you could ask for in the choral repertoire, and I can't wait to take you through them and to share these gorgeous tracks that have been produced for us by the Fieri Consort. So let me say hello to everyone who's watching this live later, whether you're a Choir of the Earth member or indeed a member of the public. As this is a public stream, everyone is welcome to enjoy and listen along with this, and hopefully many of you will then go on to sign up at choiroftheearth.com. So hello to everyone watching live but not chatting. I know Helene is here, and I do hope everyone else is having a good time enjoying the broadcast. Hello to everyone who is here in the live chat. We've got a huge turnout tonight, as we often do at a public stream. Hello Adrian, hello Alison, hello Andrew, hello Anne-Marie, hello Annie, hello Anne, hello Bev, hello Carol, hello Nikki, hello Claire, hello Cliff, hello Colette, hello Craig, hello Dave, hello Jill, hello Debs, hello Jen, hello Liz, hello Fiona, hello Jill, hello Gillian, hello Gina, hello Glennis, hello Graham, hello Harriet, hello Hildegard, hello Ian and Margaret, hello Jackie, hello Jane, hello Janet, hello Jen, hello Jill, hello Judith, hello Judy, hello Karen, hello Kate, hello Katri, hello Leslie, hello Linda, hello Lisa, hello Liz, hello Lorna, hello Marianne, hello Mary, hello Michael, hello Mike, hello Paula, hello Philomena, hello Linda, hello Ruth, hello Sheila, hello Liz, hello Soraya, hello Susanna, hello Valerie, hello Violet, hello Vanessa, and to anyone who's joined us since I started that list. It's updated slightly, and I just do hope you're all keeping very well. I see Liz has joined us. Fabulous, everyone. Well, look, make yourselves at home. I'm going to run through a few updates, a couple of bits of news, and then, well, I shall be playing you the premieres of these fabulous recordings of this Michael Tippett Spirituals at the start of Summer School 2026. Welcome all of you. Thank you so much for being here. It's great to be back live after a week on tour, and I'll give you a little update on that in a minute. But first of all, just get to the news to remind you that we have our own podcast produced with huge love and care by our very own Jen. She and I have a fantastic chat with some fabulous people, and there was a brand new episode that went out just before I went off on the national tour, featuring Joanna Forbes the Strange, talking about her amazing piece, A Season to Sing, which many of us are enjoying recording following a fabulous course. And of course, there's also more talk in there about a whole wide range of things, including Eurovision, for better and for worse. It's been a fabulous episode, so do go and support that. It's all free. You can find out where to get hold of it at movingnotespodcast.com, or you can follow it on Instagram, or it's available on an internet near you. Do go and subscribe. Now, speaking of things on the internet, Choir of the Earth Library. Many of you will know that we very recently launched, finally, after a huge amount of development time and effort by Mark Cease initially, and then mostly by our very own Nikki. This amazing project has just started to roll out to Choir of the Earth members, and it is including so many of our previous rehearsals, resources, voice part louder tracks, and more. And we're adding to it on a weekly basis. So do, if you haven't had a chance to look round, it is a perk of membership, and it's absolutely fabulous. We will, as we said at our recent town hall, be launching library memberships for your full choir. So you'll be able to pay a very, very competitive rate to have access to everything in our library for your choir. And you can build your programme around our amazing resources. Details will be coming soon, so watch this space. Now, speaking of watching this space, nice link there, many of you I know will have taken part in either live or watching from home our A Cappella Wonders tour last week. I whizzed around the UK up to York, down to Warrington, and then Wimbledon over the last week, during the hottest week in recent memory. Thank goodness for an air-conditioned car, though frankly I would have preferred it to have an air-conditioned hotel room. But anyway, The music was wonderful, and it was amazing to see so many fabulous friends, old and new. People who hadn't sung with me before, and people who've been singing with us since the very, very start of this amazing project. And of course, many of you will have seen the live streams. Unfortunately, Saturday's stream was slightly stymied by the fact that the connection was a little bit uncertain there in the church, and the sound was more than a little bit disappointing. But I'm delighted to say that Alina in the choir recorded the concert on her little Zoom recorder, and so we've stitched it together with the picture taken from Saturday, and so we have a treat for you. Coat from Wimbledon. So do join us on Wednesday this week at 6:30. This will be a premiere, and it will be a rerun of Saturday's live stream featuring that wonderful, wonderful programme. Everything from Tanis's If You Love Me, Song for Athene, the Allegri Miserere, and MLK, and more besides, featuring the one and only Lucy Cox, and the sound is so much better than the original stream. Do make sure you join us either for the live stream when it goes out this Wednesday, or at a later point. It's going to be fabulous. So let's carry on. We've got lots of events coming up over the coming weeks that are powered by Choir of the Earth rather than organised by us. So in a couple of weeks' time, I shall be at St George's, Bristol, which is this fabulous concert venue. Many, of course, will have taken part in Summer School Live last year when we were there, both in person and online. And I shall be leading the ultimate Mozart Requiem experience, and that's going to be on Sunday the 14th of June from 11 a.m. into the evening. Now, if you can join us in person, there are still some tickets left, though they are going rather swiftly, and the day includes access to all the teaching, of course, a professional quartet of soloists, an amazing pianist, a full day of singing Mozart's iconic piece, and a slice of cake in the cafe. And I know that's why most people are coming. Do please have a look at stgeorgesbristol.co.uk to book. And thank you to everyone who already has. And then the weekend after that, very busy, I shall be leading a Come and Sing of Vaughan Williams' Lark Ascending. If you remember, we learnt this back in the summer of 2023. For those of you in the UK, this piece needs no introduction. It is one of the most beloved pieces in the repertoire. And this is this gorgeous choral arrangement by Paul Drayton. And it will feature the wonderful Greta Mermaita, who's a good friend of mine, an amazing, amazing lark. She's wonderful on the solo violin. And of course, the most important thing is we're performing it in the Shirehampton Public Hall, where the work was premiered all those years ago. So that is with my Bristol Cabot Choir, and you can find out how to join that at bristolcabotchoir.org. Once again, these last two events are powered by Choir of the Earth, but not organised by us. You will need to go to the organisers' website to find out how to take part and how to come along. So there we go. Now, things that we are organising, entirely us, are our Bach in Leipzig trips. Now, of course, the September trip, Singing Places, has been full for some time, but there are a couple of places left in October. We sold more last week, which is fabulous. But if you'd like to come and sing Bach in Leipzig in October, we still do have a couple of places left, and it'd be great to have you with us. We're singing, of course, Bach's Magnificat. We're singing those two wonderful cantatas with a full Baroque orchestra, amazing soloists, and includes a city tour and the chance to sing these pieces in Bach's churches, in the Thomaskirche and the Nikolaikirche, which are just phenomenal. So those will be taking place in September and October, and there will, of course, be a virtual ticket for those of you who aren't able to come along and support in person. You'll be able to sing along from home and support your friends. Then in January, we have our Gesualdo 6 at Lincoln Cathedral trip. Again, places for this are selling very well. We do still have some left, but we have got sold well over 100 places now, and this is looking fabulous. So this will be a 3-night, rather luxurious trip to Lincoln. We'll be staying at the Hilton, and we will be workshopping this amazing piece with the G6. They will be leading a private workshop for us and giving us a private concert before a big public event there on the Saturday evening at this incredible cathedral. It's just the most extraordinary place. Once again, we'll be streaming it live for those of you that can't join us in person, and details are at the Choir of the Earth website, so do please come along and support that either in person or online. And one further event that we are not organising but we're powering is the Missa Tango Festival, which is next year from 31st of March to the 4th of April. This is being organised by Concerts Austria, our good friends, and this is a fabulous chance to perform Missa Tango and to take part in the European premiere of our Lacrimosa, as completed for us Choir of the Earth by Martin Palmieri in the tango style. So it will be with a full string orchestra, and Saul Zax and myself will share the conducting duties. I'll be singing, frankly, when I'm not conducting, and we'll be joined, of course, by Helen Charleston, who will be singing the mezzo solo. It's going to be an amazing experience, and you do have a month to get in and get the early bird offer. If you're booking, please enter the code COAT at checkout, and that helps us, and more information can be found at that website there. Whew, amazing stuff. So everyone, don't forget we have this superb array of sound slices, which again, all the sales of which go to support your choir. We've got everything there from Handel's Messiah to Bach's Magnificat. We've got Patrick Hall's Wedding at Cana, Mozart's Requiem, and so much more. Speaking of Wedding at Cana, in the weeks ahead, we're going to be giving you a special taste of what's to come later this year. The engineers are working really hard at the world premiere of this recording, but before that, we've received the full orchestral tracks from Patrick Hawes, so we're going to have a little kind of something to keep you excited for the premiere of this. We're going to have the Fieris singing with full orchestral accompaniment in the weeks ahead, and remember, there is a special offer then to get the Wedding at Cana pack for your choir to take part in. So there we go. Don't forget, we are recording currently A Season to Sing. The recording dates you can see here on screen. You've still got a couple of weeks to get those first two movements in. And thank you to everyone who has been sending in the recordings. We've had a record number of submissions for Joe's piece, and she is delighted at all of the wonderful comments and all the support. And don't forget, look out for performances of A Season to Sing in a concert venue near you, because this is very much the season to sing A Season to Sing, if that makes sense. Now, of course, today is the launch of our summer school. Our very first one ran in 2020 with a programme of John Rutter, of English Choral Delights, and of course Vivaldi's Gloria. This year we are changing things up slightly, but we're still with that focus on gorgeous music, but slightly shorter pieces, and giving you more of an array with a few breaks in between for you to enjoy the summer weather. So we're starting today with these 5 spirituals from A Child of Our Time by Sir Michael Tippett. I'll tell you more about these pieces shortly. If you've never sung them, I promise you this is going to be an extraordinary course. Just the most phenomenal sound, and really could have been written for Choir of the Earth on so many levels. Then after a week's break, we'll move on and we will sing the Lux Eterna. So this is a choral setting of Nimrod from Elgar's Enigma Variations. Then after another short break of a week, we're going to be learning Dikoklele Bawo, which is another one of these wonderful Xhosa songs from South Africa, arranged by Michael Barrett. If you remember Indodana, and frankly, who could forget if you ever sang it? This is, I hesitate to say more of the same. It's actually grander. It's an extraordinary arrangement, and it is going to take us a few weeks to learn, but it's going to be phenomenal. And then at the beginning of August, as I head off on my family holiday, well, I'm going to be leaving you in the very, very characterful and extraordinarily capable hands of our patron, Ralph Allwood, who will be leading you through his arrangement of the Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy from Tchaikovsky's Nutcracker. And this, along with a couple of other pieces, is going to form the basis of our Christmas concert this year. If you recall, we're going to have the winter season from Joanna Forbes' The Strangest Season to Sing. And we have one more special Christmas piece, which we'll be learning in the autumn, to put together a lovely sort of array of special Christmas treats. But such a treat to have Ralph back with us, and he is going to lead you through this fabulous piece. So that is your Summer School 2026. Following on from that, of course, we have Missa Tango, we have our Christmas course, and then we're going to finish the year with some lovely Papa Haydn, the Maria Theresan Mass, to take us into Christmas and the new year. And of course, we will be announcing next year's programme very soon, and we have some fabulous treats for you, which I can't wait to tell you about. So that is our programme, that is the course. Let's have a look at this extraordinary set of pieces. This is these 5 spirituals from A Child of Our Time by Sir Michael Tippett. I'd be really interested to know, and I wonder if Nikki, who's looking after you in the live chat, could set up a quick poll. Who's sung these pieces before? I've actually sung these pieces perhaps more than any other, because I learnt this back when I was a teenager, both as a treble and then as a tenor, and then subsequently as a bass when I got to university. So I was under the impression that everyone knew these pieces, but perhaps it's not as well known as some might think. This is a phenomenal collection of 5 spirituals used as chorals throughout an amazing work by Sir Michael Tippett. The textures are thick and rich, the sound is lush, and the Fieries have done an amazing job with these pieces. So I'm going to take you through now the outline for the next 5 weeks. There are 5 pieces and we have 5 weeks, and my math isn't great, but I suspect that is around about a piece per week. We'll see how we get on. If some pieces take a little bit less time to learn, we might squash things up a bit so we can have a bit of revision, but I think it makes sense to just take our time. It is the summer after all, although someone hasn't told the weather here. It's pouring down with rain. Nevertheless, we're going to bring the sunshine with this gorgeous music, starting with Steal Away this week. Next week, Nobody Knows the Trouble I've Seen, Lord. Then Go Down Moses. Week 4 will be By and By, and finishing off with Deep River, which is just, I think it's my favourite of all of them. Now, I want to tell you a little bit about Tippett and about this piece and about how this really came about. And to truly understand really the weight of this music, we have to travel back in time to the 1930s. Now, Michael Tippett was a young composer at the time, but of course the world was on the brink of a catastrophic war, the Second World War. And Tippett himself was a remarkable and very complex man. Born in 1905, he was a pacifist and a humanist and a person of fierce moral conviction. We see him here composing very intently as he did. And a few years after composing this piece, he would actually spend time in prison as a conscientious objector. In 1938, in November, a devastating event occurred in Paris. A distraught 17-year-old Jewish refugee named Herschel Grünspan shot and killed a German diplomat. And this event was used by the Nazis as a pretext to launch the horrific pogroms of Kristallnacht, which was the night of broken glass. Tippett was devastated by these events. He felt a desperate urgency to respond, not just with political rhetoric, but through art, through his creativity, and decided to write a modern oratorio, which was to be titled A Child of Our Time. Now, he initially approached the great poet T.S. Eliot to write the words, but the poet gave Tippett some really useful advice. He said to him, if you have beautiful poetic words, they will be eclipsed by the music, and if the music is too beautiful, they'll overwhelm the words. They told him, to write his own words, which he did. And he structured the oratorio very much after the music of Bach. And this is one of the reasons why we're singing this piece this year with all of the wonderful Bach that we've been learning. A Child of Our Time, and particularly these spirituals, are treated as chorals, as Bach uses choral melodies throughout his wonderful passions of St. John, St. Matthew, and so on. They're a moment to pause and reflect on the themes within the music. They're a moment to take an established tune that perhaps may be well known by the audience. In Bach's cases, these were Lutheran hymns. In Tippett's cases, these were spirituals from the African American tradition, and to harmonise them in rich ways that perhaps take the heart and the soul into intense places. But it's a moment, as I say, to reflect on the themes and to comment on what was going on in the world at the time. And bearing in mind that many of these songs were born out of the horrors of slavery, they speak directly to the universal human condition. And they were important then in the 1930s. It's fair to say, with our world as it is, everyone, I think these pieces have never been more necessary. And as you listen to them, think about how Tippett elevated this specific historic tragedy of Kristallnacht into this timeless message of collective humanity, that we are stronger together. And that's something we in Choir of the Earth have been saying since March of 2020. Now, we're going to listen to the first of these pieces shortly, and hopefully you've all got your scores ready to sing along as we look at the first spiritual, which is Steal Away. Now, many of you I know will know the original tune. You might not be aware, however, that a number of these spirituals have coded messages hidden within them, in particular referring to the Underground Railroad, which was an organised network of secret routes, underground safe houses for fugitive slaves to escape to the northern United States and to Canada when they were held in slavery. And they were escaping from slavery as early as the 16th century. But at that point, many of their escapes were unaided. They would just do their best to get away. Many of them, unfortunately, failed. This network of safe houses, known generally as the Underground Railroad, began to organise in the 1780s amongst societies in the north. And it ran north and grew steadily until President Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863. And when I say there are coded messages hidden within, bearing in mind that many of these people, these enslaved people, would steal away in the night, usually under cover of bad weather. And so when you hear in Steal Away, you hear these words, steal away to Jesus, I ain't got long to stay here. My Lord calls me by the thunder. Green trees are bending with the wind. The trumpet sounds within my soul. I ain't got long to stay here. This is not just referring to the spiritual relief and release of Jesus. It actually refers to actually stealing away and actually getting away from slavery. So with that in mind, everyone, I thought we could have a quick vocal warm-up. I'll invite you to sing, or if you prefer, to listen to our fabulous recordings, which have been produced for us by the Fieri Consort. But first of all, we'll put everything down and we'll take a few deep breaths in and out. It's so good to be back with you, Choir of the Earth, and to be singing this piece, really, which I've been singing my whole life. And it's just so lovely to share it with you finally. So as we take in these deep breaths, we're breathing out any tension, any stress. We're breathing in confidence and reassurance, getting rid of anything we don't need to think about, and breathing in that feeling of singing with dear friends, and once again changing the world through choral music. And just let any stress melt away and roll your heads around. I really do think you're going to love these pieces. Roll your shoulders, everybody. Bring them up to your ears and let them fall. Fabulous. Well done. Now we'll do a bit of gentle humming. We'll start here and just hum with me. And upper semitone. After me, yo yo yo, lovely, ya ya ya, and ya ya ya, and yeah yeah yeah, splendid, ma ma ma, great, ya ya ya, and then ya ya ya, one more. Ya, 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 lovely, and then we'll sing, ya, your turn, great again, ya, again, ya, lovely, let's do that twice, deep breath, ya, 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 keep going, ya, ya, fabulous. Okay, so what we're going to do, everyone, I'll put the words back on screen. Now I'm not able to show the score on screen. This work is thoroughly within copyright. You will need to source your own score for this. It is Michael Tippett Spirituals from A Child of Our Time. Scores are available from Schott, SCHOTT. They've published it, and do please make sure you acquire those copies in order to sing along. But I'll keep the words here on screen Those you haven't got your scores yet, so you can listen to how beautifully this is set. You're going to hear a whole array of beautiful techniques here that really don't just elevate the tune, but elevate the meaning of the words. You're going to hear the tune starting off as a single unison note and broadening into the most extraordinary thick textured chords. You're going to hear thunder, you're going to hear trumpet calls, and you're going to hear some of the most extraordinary singing from the Fieri Consort. Huge thanks to them, as always, in particular to the extraordinary Josh Cooter, who has produced and managed this phenomenal recording for us. Some of you will be waiting for the voice louder parts, etc. They'll be out in the coming days because this piece has arrived quite recently. So whilst you're waiting for that, do enjoy our premiere of Steal Away. This is the first of our 5 pieces. Do enjoy.
Steal away, steal. Green trees are bending, for sinners stands a-trembling. The trumpet sounds within my soul. I ain't got long to stay.
You see why I say that piece could have been written for Choir of the Earth on so many levels, not just because of the rich harmonies. And of course, one of the great things about our method is you'll learn every single note with me. I'll teach it note by note, line by line. You sing along then with our guide tracks. You can record as many parts as you like. And no matter how good you are when you sing that in person, you only ever get to sing one line. And there's so much to be gained from singing multiple parts in this. Those of you that enjoy it, you're going to have a field day with this one. Now, do you see what I mean then about the extra layers of meaning? Steal away to Jesus, to steal away. My Lord calls me by the thunder in the night time, to steal away under cover of night to freedom. The way that Tippett illustrates this by putting in these beautiful clashes, and the notes just seem to grow and blossom as if stealing through this silence into the rich, thick, lush textures of the piece. Now, some things I want to just go through when it comes to this, and this is why we have these full choir rehearsals, some general notes for all of you before we enjoy that a second time. I think the biggest trap in all of these pieces, because there are many tunes here that you'll recognise, and that in itself is a difficulty. That's the biggest trap. You think you know the tunes, but you might know the traditional spirituals, but you don't necessarily know Tippett spirituals until you look at them on the page. He deliberately mimics the natural speech inflections and patterns of folk singers, and so this means the rhythms are often heavily syncopated, with notes tied across the bar lines. You've got lots of triplets in, for example, as you heard here, and so just be careful when it comes to these recordings as you're learning them. When you first sit down with the guide tracks, my suggestion would be don't sing along with them first time. Just tap or clap the rhythm while speaking the text along with your lines. I think that would really help you be aware of where the beat falls, and especially making sure that those syncopated lines where we're going against the beat, maybe you're singing a triplet against a duplet, so ya da 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 kind of rhythm against da 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 da. It needs to be really, really clear and really precise. When our voices are mixed together, the closer you can cleave to the guide tracks, really, the better. Now, there's also some issues here with the tuning. I don't think there's a problem with the fieries, but there's a tendency to sing some of these notes when you're singing chorally in a very bluesy style. And I would say just be careful again here. If you're basing the pitches on the notes you're hearing in your head, you might sing flat. Stick to the Fieri guide tracks. They have done an exceptional job, as I think you can all agree, bearing in mind that the Fieris are singing in isolation as well. You'd never know it to hear these recordings. Really make sure you're listening, follow along, and don't be tempted to, I suppose, get too bluesy. Yeah, I know the original songs and many interpretations lean into the folk, lean into the blues. This is a choral. This is a choral, isn't it? So it's a spiritual, but filtered through the stylings of J.S. Bach. And on that, I might even say to you, just avoid over sentimental, making it over sentimental. We don't want to add too much artificial vibrato. We don't want it to have too much portamento. We don't want it to slide around between notes. I think the power of these pieces lies very much in their emotional honesty and their musical simplicity. So sing them clearly, with a nice, clean, clear tone. Don't let the wobble enter your voice too much. Pronounce the consonants nice and cleanly. As you can hear, you'll hear, for example, lots of ain't got long to stay here. I don't think we're going to go ain't got long to stay. We're not going to kind of create a false American sound for those of us who aren't American. Those of you that are, feel free to sing as you naturally would, but I think we'll just sing with our natural voices, and we will put the T's in, although we won't necessarily spit them out. I think this is in order to make sure that it sounds as appropriate for the style in which it was composed, rather than trying to create some kind of artificial bluesy sound. So on that, I think I'd like to play it for you again, but I'm going to give you the practice room version, because I do have, thanks to Susanna, although I can't show it on screen, she has created for us a fabulous version of this. He says, not on this one. Okay. I'm going to play it from the start, and I can't play it as a practice room version, it seems. Let me see if I do this. Will that work? No. Okay, I'll have to wait till tomorrow to do that. Let's take it from the start, everyone. And I do hope you enjoy singing this one through again. Have it emerge from the mist. Here we go. Steal away. And...
Steal away, steal.
Josh on the solo.
My Lord, he calls me by the thunder. The trumpet sounds within my soul. I ain't got long to stay. Green trees are bending, for sinners stands a-trembling. The trumpet sounds within my soul. I ain't got long to stay.
The background, you might be able to detect the sound of absolutely hammering rain here on the windows. I think quite appropriate for that piece. Beautiful, beautiful singing. And to say again, this collection of pieces, I've been wanting to go through this with all of you for many, many years. When Anna and I first met and first became an item, we were both in the Bristol University Singers, going back now a few decades, and in 1998 we recorded a CD with our conductor Glenn Jenkins of this piece. And so in my mind, not only is it the most sublime choral music, it also marks the start of my relationship with my beloved wife and my inspiration. So this is a very personal course for me as well. Now, of course, that's this week, and we will take each line one at a time. There's quite a lot of texture here. There's sop 1, 2, alto 1, 2. There's split parts, and you're going to get to learn each of them this week. And even within the splits, sometimes there's more splits. So I think it will take us the full week to learn this one. But next week, we're looking at Nobody Knows Lord. And this is the second of the 5 movements. We have 4 out of the 5 received from the Fieris over the last 24 hours. They've all just arrived in a wonderful collection. The 5th one, Deep River, will be with us by the end of this week, so you'll get to hear it next week. But this is something different. It's faster. And it has this kind of driving rhythm, which is led by the tenors and basses and echoed by the sopranos and altos. Nobody knows the trouble I see, Lord. Nobody knows the trouble I see. And then the middle section, more this sort of fanfare. Oh, brothers, pray for me and help me to drive old Satan away. And then the second time that comes back, oh, mothers, pray for me and help me to drive old Satan away. I'm also going to rather cheekily, I'll tell you about this next week. I'm going to add something that I know Tippett did in his live concerts. The Fieris haven't done, but the second basses are going to love it. I'm going to tell you about that one next week. But here is the premiere. Only I and I think Susanna and Josh have heard this all together. So this is Nobody Knows. And this is the second of the Tippett spirituals. Do enjoy this, folks. Here we go.
Nobody knows.
Honestly, chills. What an arrangement, and what a superb Fieri performance. I think they just get better and better. So that is next week's piece. Now it's quite short. It's only 1:20. It does have some little edges here, some tricky wee bits. Now I can give you a practice room style sing through of this one because we've got the stems set up. And huge thanks again to Susanna, who's built this sound slice for me to use as a teaching tool. I can't show it on screen because the score is copyright. I am trying to get Shot to agree to let us sell it, but you know, it's up to the publishers. She's built this just so we can have a more streamlined teaching experience. So huge thanks, Susanna, for this. Have a listen to how this sounds without the reverb on. Here we go. Oh, I jumped to the wrong place. Let's try it. Oh, that's interesting. It's playing Go Down Moses. Okay. Maybe I can't do a practice version of it right now. Oh dear. Okay. Technology is great when it works. What I want to do though is to highlight a couple of those moments. If you have a moment to look at it this week, particularly sopranos and altos. There's some really tricky bits towards the end of this one. The nobody knows, Lord, Lord, oh my Lord. The rhythms there, the cross rhythms that go across the bar lines, definitely worth your while in looking at. Do you know what? Let's have it again from the start. And just remind yourselves that these pieces have been recorded for us exclusively. These are brand new recordings. No one's ever heard these before, and they've been produced just for us by our wonderful Fieri consort. So from the start, here we go. And nobody knows the troubles he knows. Nobody knows the troubles he knows. Nobody knows the troubles he knows. Such incredible rhythmic writing. I've seen people in the live chat already say this would make an extraordinary come and sing. Well, absolutely it would. Just be assured that thought has already occurred. Right, so that is next week, and normally that'd be all I play you, but Josh has been very, very busy in getting these mixed. And though we don't have all 5, we have 4 of the 5. So I can play you Go Down Moses, which is the 3rd movement in this extraordinary set. And so we've had a slow one, we've had a fast one, so now we're back to slow. And this is a very, very well-known tune. When Israel was in Egypt land, let my people go. So here it is, everyone. This is the first time it's been heard. And this is Fieri singing Go Down Moses. Enjoy.
Go down, Moses, way down in Egypt land, tell Pharaoh to let my people go. Go down, Moses, way down in Egypt land, tell Pharaoh to let my people go. When Israel was in Egypt land, let my people go. Oppressed so hard they could not stand. Let my people go. Thus spake the Lord, old Moses said, let my people go. If not, I'll smite your firstborn dead. Let my people go. Tell Pharaoh, go down, Moses, way down in Egypt land, to let my people go.
What power, what intensity, both in the music, in the message, and again, with those wonderful Fieri voices. And yes, we'll be singing along and accompanying these wonderful singers on their solo lines. Ben McKee, of course, they're singing that solo, which was my solo. I remember singing it in that university CD recording. It's yours truly, at the age of 21, singing it. Well, yeah, fair to say, I think Ben does a fabulous job, and had all the hair standing up on the back of my neck hearing him sing it. And just thinking about Choir of the Earth, as we always do, adding our voices to these Fieri recordings. How lucky are we? So that one, again, that is something very different, very dark. We'll look at that one in the 3rd week. You've got some really almost deceptively simple lines here. And the thing about this middle section, when the solo starts, the humming that goes underneath here, and each time it's subtly different. And so you might think, well, it's the same thing over and over and over again. It's not. And I think he's very much taking inspiration from Bach, who again doesn't really often do the same thing twice. He makes subtle adjustments, so it's evolving rather than just revolving. And it's an amazing, very dark, as I say, and quite intense experience, leading us into the fourth, and for this week, the final movement we'll be listening to. It's not the last piece in the set. That is Deep River, which I have a sneaky feeling is going to end up on the Choir of the Earth's top 10 favourites alongside Indo Dana and MLK and Quanta Qualia. It has that star character, and so it makes sense for it to be the last one in the set and the one we'll listen to next week. But we had Steal Away, which was slowish. We had Nobody Knows, which was faster. We've just had Go Down Moses, which is slow, something a little bit more up tempo, and I think possibly the most challenging rhythmically. Again, it's in 4. Most of these pieces are in a straightforward time signature, but there's lots and lots of syncopation here, lots and lots of offbeat singing. So if you're going to sing along, so let's give it a go. Here it is, everyone. By and by. Stuff. So yeah, as I say, that one is trickier than the others. I think it's the fact it's moving so swiftly, and yes, it does have some notes where you're asked to sing relatively high, though that very highest note is the solo. Okay, so listening to our wonderful Fieries singing that, you would be forgiven for thinking that it's all high. Let me just see, is the technology going to work for me? That's better. Okay, so if I now just mute the solo at the start and we have a practice room sing, bear in mind this isn't all week 4 anyway. Fabulous. So you see, without the solo on the top, it's not as lovely, but it's a little bit more easy to follow. And of course, we'll take every single note, every single line, and we'll teach it to you. If you don't read music, you can learn it by ear. It's one of those pieces that actually rewards the more you sing it, the more rewarding it is. I just want to highlight, before we finish with one more Steal Away, before we wrap things up today, just this moment in By and By. Remember, Tippett was an extraordinary composer, and he was writing for the choir as if we were a full orchestra. And you hear the basses here. Imagine dum 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 dum. This is an orchestral moment. Listen. Sounds like strings, doesn't it? Dum dum dum. I'm gonna lay down my heavy load. Fabulous. So that will be week 4. Week 5 will be Deep River, and it's worth the wait for that one, folks, because, well, it's just so gorgeous. But speaking of gorgeous, we're going to wrap things up today for our course and indeed our summer school launch with Steal Away. This will be our teaching this week. And remember, everyone, Make sure you listen to these tracks. I'll get them up as soon as I can tomorrow, so that you can start listening along to the guides and getting these pieces into your heads. Remember, this has got to be sung from the heart, but not too sentimental. Keep it pure, keep it clean. Follow the Fieries, and just make sure you enjoy it. So let's have it one more time from the start, and I'll look forward enormously to seeing you at your sectional rehearsals this week. Don't forget, if you're here for the first time, if you're dropping in as a guest, you're very, very welcome. And of course, you'd be even more welcome to join us. choiroftheearth.com is how you sign up. And well, this is just the start of an extraordinary summer together. Here it is, Steal Away. And...
Steal away, steal away, steal away to Jesus. Oh, steal away home. I ain't got long to stay here. My Lord, He calls me by the thunder, the trumpet sounds within my soul. I ain't got long to stay here. Green trees are bending, for sinners stands a-trembling. The trumpet sounds within my soul. I ain't got long to stay.
The music of Sir Michael Tippett, the voices of the Fieri Consort, very much setting down the sound of our coming 5 weeks and beyond into Summer School 2026, everyone. I cannot wait to teach you these pieces and to hear the first recordings come in and to hear them all stitched together. As you all know, this is a journey that we've been on many, many times, and it's the learning and the singing, the making of the music that is so special. Although we're looking forward enormously to the concert, just the fact that we are here together, singing together, just makes it an utter joy. And it has been a joy to see all of you today. Thank you so much for joining us, particularly if you're new to this grand endeavour that is Choir of the Earth. Do consider joining us. Details are there at the website. It'd be a great time to join us with this wonderful summer ahead and a fantastic autumn to come, and we'll be announcing next year's programme very soon as well. So enjoy the rest of your evening. I am off into the rain to lead the Bristol Cabot Choir, getting ready for that Lark Ascending Come and Sing. And I've been promised there'll be a special guest there, which I may be able to tell you about next week. But in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll see you very, very soon. Take care. All the best. Bye.